summarise what we've done today, we've thought about globalisation at the beginning. We thought about how people have different opinions on it, and there are some good things about it, and there's some bad things about it. Then what we did is we sort of took that a little bit further, and you all gave your opinions on globalisation, and at the end we might have a little bit more look at that. And we really thought as well about how globalisation has become more prevalent, which means happening more in recent times, and we saw that there's a range of factors. So cheaper transport means that we can move things around the world cheaper, so we're not restricted to places that are close by. The growth of TNCs and their mergers, so as they get bigger, they have fingers in more pies around the world, and that increases the links. Imagine a TNC has lots of bits of string coming from it to all the country it operates. The bigger they are, the more string, the more connections, and globalisation is all about connections. State and foreign direct investment, so that's people investing in other countries because they want to make money themselves, but also they want to support those countries, probably because they're going to get something out of it, like investing in China so that we can get our iPads much quicker here, and cheaply here, and safely here. Improved communications, so the fact that we can actually communicate with people right across the world instantly by Skype or on the telephone, that we can actually get places as well in one day. We can get as far across the world as possible in one day. Means that globalisation is more likely to happen because everywhere has become closer and we've got more interconnections. Labour availability and trade. So we've also thought about how the fact that we can get people to work with different skills around the world, so that's good for globalisation and it makes us want to do it. And also cheap labours encourage globalisation because we've realised we can get things cheaper if we have them made somewhere else. And finally, this idea of freedom of change, removing the tariffs and the barriers, which aren't completely gone. Still, a lot of them exist. But as we remove barriers to trade, and we can trade with different places, instead of just trading with our friends, we start to go to new places in the world that can do things cheaper or produce a better product. So all of these things have increased globalisation. And the final thing we need to think about, really, is that the TNCs, probably out of all this, have the biggest impact on globalisation in all the things we've looked at today. We looked at the World Bank, and we looked at the IMF and the World Trade. In a way, they try to control globalisation. TNCs are really the driving force that makes globalisation happen more and increases globalisation.